This year is the 75th anniversary of the end of World War II. And today I rise to honor an Illinois woman who could rightfully be considered one of the mothers of the atomic bomb which ended the war. Leona Marshall Libby of LaGrange, Illinois, earned a chemistry degree from the University of Chicago at the age of 19. She then went to work on a PhD in spectroscopy, changing academic advisors after her first advisor told her a woman would, quote unquote, starve to death if she sought a future in physics. She became an expert in vacuum technology, a skill which was in demand for the top secret project known as the Manhattan Project. She was the first and only woman chosen for the team led by Enrico Fermi, which was working at Illinois' Argonne National Laboratory to find a way to produce plutonium for a nuclear chain reaction, the key element in the atomic bomb. Her knowledge was crucial in building experiment to detect the neutron flux in the reactor, which achieved the world's first controlled nuclear reaction in December of 1942. 6 months later, she and her husband learned that she was pregnant. Determined not to be taken off this history-making project, they kept the pregnancy a secret from all except for Fermi himself. A week after her son Peter was born, she was back in the laboratory. It was important to continue her work on the bomb, she said, quote unquote, if the Germans had got it done before we did, I don't know what would have happened to the world. Moving to a nuclear facility in Hanford, Washington, she was put in charge of overseeing the operation of a new plutonium reactor, and she led the team which determined the cause of a September 1944 reactor accident. Avoiding the mistakes which German scientists made, the American team succeeded in detonating the first atomic bomb in July of 1945. After the war, she returned to the University of Chicago, working with Fermi on nuclear reactor development, and became a fellow at the Institute for Nuclear Studies. She taught physics at New York University and sought peaceful uses for nuclear power. She helped discover the use of decaying radioactive isotopes in 3 rings as a method of studying natural history. For more than 40 years after the war, she published hundreds of scientific articles and papers and a Manhattan Project memoir titled The Uranium People in 1979. Upon her death in 1986, her son John told the Los Angeles Times that, quote unquote, she was there for the people who tried to discourage her, and she just sort of outworked and outshone some of the best of them. I might also add that if this is an area of interest for you, there's a pretty awesome book called The Women of the Atomic City, written by Denise Kiernan. I would highly suggest it. So thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.